Hi friends, welcome to the channel. Today I am going to talk about 50 different project topics. I'll take up clinical psychology first. Let's talk about depression first. So depression can be in variety of cases. You can take up a topic where depression in adolescent children when the parents are going through divorce or a separation, impact on adolescent children when there is an abusive environment, whether it's verbal abuse or physical abuse in the home setup, emotional well-being of the adults who have faced the divorce recently, for those adults who have not been able to achieve their goals, maybe it's financial goals or career goals, they have not been able to achieve, so they are feeling depressed. We start feeling depressed when the activities are restricted, and the aged parents, you can think about, they feel depressed due to their health issues and the medications and all the visits to the hospitals and doctors. They feel irritated and depressed because their life is impacted. Sixth is, in today's world you can see the adolescent children who are passing out from the colleges, they are not able to take up the jobs immediately. They are not getting jobs. So establishing career and how the depression comes into picture in these children, you can take up this topic as well. Now the next topic is seventh one, depression in the young children when the parents are not able to spend the family time, the quality time with them. So they start tending towards a very negative behavior and start also getting emotionally impacted. So that topic as well you can take up. The eighth one, let's discuss about phobias. So adults with phobias like facing the darkness, adults with phobias of insects or reptiles like snakes or lizards, adults with phobias of heights. Now let's move on to general anxiety disorder, and that's GAD. When the kids are growing up, and especially it's a female, and about the world going outside, it's so unsafe, that's what we call. So what's the emotional impact on the parent? General anxiety related to the marital relationships. Some of the young individuals are also scared of marriage and they have a lot of anxiety of spending time with an individual of opposite gender. So they are not very comfortable. You can take up that topic as well. General anxiety disorder with the patients who have less family support or no family support at all. So they are all time really anxious and really scared of the future. They are always overthinking. You can take up that topic as well. GAD can also be of the social get-togethers. So people are really scared of going into the social environment where a lot of people come together and they start sweating, they start palpitating, and they start overreacting, and they just flee away from the environment and they just walk away from the party or the get-together. Let's talk about speech disorders. You can take up the topic where the impact of family therapy or the emotional therapy of the patient with speech disorders. Now you can also take up a topic like impact of social environment on the children with speech disorders. Now we all know the COVID situation, we have a lot of emotional stress going on within the individuals. So you can also take up a topic based on that. What is the impact of a lockdown or a home quarantine on aged parents? So because most of the times the aged people are more impacted, so you can take up that topic as well. So there is also a fear in individuals about their career, their future in this COVID situation. So you can also take up a topic like what is the impact of COVID situation on the young adults related to their career. You can also take up a topic where emotional support during lockdown or in the home quarantine received from the individual's family or friends so that they don't feel depressed. Let's talk about language disorders. The individuals with language disorders also have some sort of troubles when they go to a social setup or mix up with people who are not really accepting them with the speech disorders. take up a topic where it's talking about the impact of social support on an individual with the language acquisition or language disorders. Now, there also can be an anxiety within the children when they have language disorders. So they are not able to speak, or they just fear when they are asked to talk in front of a lot of people. So that can be also one topic, anxiety in young children with language disorders. Now, another topic is what is the role of teachers or the educational setup on the children with language disorders. Let's move on to the therapies. What is the impact of the therapy? Any one particular therapy you can pick up, and you can talk about the impact of that therapy on whatever emotional state you want to talk about. We can say impact of CBT on depressive symptoms. We can also say impact of color therapy on the depressive patients. Let's talk about the post-traumatic stress disorder. When an individual has faced some trauma in the past, it's definite that their current situation is impacted with the thoughts from the trauma. So if an individual has occurred a major accident in the past, what's the current emotional state of that person thinking about the trauma? You can also speak about impact of past trauma during the childhood of an individual on the current situation of the individual or the current lifestyle. So if that is related to some of the disease that they have been through and it was a fatal disease, then they would be scared of eating some item that has caused that disease. So they will be very scared that okay, this can affect me again, but when that is not the case. Talking about the personality disorders, OCD is very commonly seen, so gathering data for this is very easy. OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. In individuals or in the mothers or in the ladies, it is found the most. So you can write about what is the impact of calming therapy on the patients with OCD. You can also pick up a topic like why family therapy is important in OCD. Because with the individuals with OCD, it happens that the family is impacted as well, because they are so compulsive that keep this thing here, keep that thing in order. So the family therapy is also important in OCD. Now, there are a lot of topics that we have already covered in clinical psychology. Let's move on to counseling psychology. You can take up a topic like impact of family counseling on a child when they are facing bullying in the school. With the help of counseling, how an individual can understand the importance of their self-image that they have developed. If they have developed a negative self-image, then how it can be reconstructed and develop a positive attitude within that individual. You can take up this topic as well. Also, counseling of patients with critical illnesses. Here we can mention two types, that is counseling of the critical illness patients, also the counseling of the family of the patients. You can also take up family counseling for the patients dealing with chronic illnesses or the counseling of the patients with chronic illnesses. Chronic illnesses include like asthma, tuberculosis, also arthritis, diabetes at a very young age. Now, there are many individuals in our society, you can look around, they have body dissatisfaction. They feel inferior when they look at themselves. So constructing that image, that counseling also is helpful for the individual. So counseling of the individuals with body dissatisfaction. Counseling of an individual during a divorce phase. So going through a divorce is also a very difficult phase. So person may go through a counseling process as well. Now, if an individual is facing an abusive marriage, so you can take up a topic, counseling of an individual going through an abusive marriage. Also, emotional counseling of a person who is going through a stress related to their career. Now, the impact of occupational stress or the shift related stress in the public services. The individuals in the police departments or hospitals right now, you can see in the COVID situation, the bank employees are still going to the office and still they are on the front line, even though the situation in the entire world is bad. They are also going through a different kind of stress. So while counseling of these kind of individuals is important. You can also take up that topic. Now, as we have already seen a COVID situation topic, so you can also take up like counseling of individuals during a lockdown. That can be also converted into counseling of patients who are used to traveling or adventurous people who love travel and they are facing a lockdown or a home quarantine. So obviously their emotional state is going to be impacted and they are going to go down into a negative zone. So counseling is very much important there. We have already discussed a lot of topics about counseling, so we can move on to organizational topics. Now, in an organization, why problem solving skills are very important. So when it comes to any conflicts or any tasks that come into an organization, why problem solving skills are important. So that can also be your topic. So impact of team conflicts on an individual or an employee. Whenever there is a conflict within the team or with the second person, there is going to be a stress generated within that individual. So that also can be your topic. You can pick up a topic where you are mentioning the motivating factors which can drive the employee to work longer in an organization or to show their dedication or to feel motivated within their organizations. Now, sometimes the discomfort in a certain team and employees' performance can be impacted as well. So you can mention a topic like impact on employees' performance when there is a discomfort within the team. The next topic can be whenever there is a communication to be happening in the team or from the organization to the employee, there should be an effective communication where the employee takes it very positively. Even if there is a performance issue that the manager or the seniors need to talk to that employee, there should be a way and effective communication that motivates that employee to perform better next time. So, impact of effective communication on the emotional state of the employees. Another topic can be everybody on earth needs motivation to do something or the other. The motivation always boosts your confidence. So, what is the impact of motivational factors on the employees or the entrepreneurs? The entrepreneurs can also come in picture, not just employees. When it comes to stress within an organization or in the workplace, meditation and calming techniques really help a lot. Impact of calming music on the emotional health of an employee can also be your topic. Now, job satisfaction of an employee and their emotional well-being are linked up. So you can write down impact of job satisfaction on the emotional health of an employee. Now, sometimes the corporate ethics that we have within the organization are not accepted by the employee positively. How do we communicate these ethics to the employee effectively? So impact of corporate ethics on the employee's behavior is also one of the topics that you can pick up. So we have covered 50 different topics in clinical, counseling and organizational. I hope this helps you to choose your relevant topic. You can choose one of the topics and research, deep dive into it, and you can come through some or the other points that you want to take up. Always prefer a topic that you like to take up, not just because it's there, because your effort is going to be very important in the project. Also, don't really niche down or really narrow down the topic. Like I spoke about the emotional well-being of critical illness patients. So critical illness is a broad category where all types of critical illnesses are covered. Now, if you talk about only cancer patients, only emotional state of cancer patients, so that is going to really drill down your project criteria, because you will find less data within your environment. So you can check up what kind of resources are available first in your environment, in your residential environment. Accordingly, choose your topic. So for any topic that we pick up, the time for completion of the project is very, very important. It's not that you can just go on and on a project topic and then you can't really end up within the stipulated time. So you have to have some topic that ends up. So if you choose critical illnesses also, just don't choose so much broad. You can choose 3-4 critical illness categories and then you can niche down into that and work on that. So I had chosen tuberculosis, asthma, diabetes and fourth one. So there were 4 categories that I had chosen. It becomes really easy instead of only one category that you are working on. The topics that I have mentioned are not to be written as it is as I have mentioned. So when I mention counseling for individuals going through divorce, the actual topic title can be really catchy, that importance of counseling today during divorce sessions. Okay. As we have done for synopsis, do the same thing, the topic name and attach the research paper. So when you come down to this, you will find all the topics related to the point that we are talking about over here. Now, role of counselors during a divorce session. So these are various topics, short-term and long-term effectiveness of couple counseling. Now you can go into couple counseling as well. So what I'm mentioning in this video is just a point and not the actual topic title of your project. It is just a point that I have mentioned. Please remember this. So I hope this video helps you a lot, and if you like it, do subscribe to the channel and like this video. Bye bye and take care. See you all in the next video.